in power. It is a military coup d'etat, and that is something that is currently going on in West Africa. It started in Guinea, moved to Mali, from Mali to Burkina Faso. Now we are talking about Niger. And when you look at all these countries, they are French-speaking countries in West Africa. And many Cameroonians are talking and praying that such should happen today in their country so that they can see new face at the presidency. But I'm here today, TFA Talking Point is here today to tell you that coup d'etat is very impossible to take place in Cameroon. Welcome to TFA Talking Point. Please subscribe to our channel. Thanks for your support. President Paul Biya. One of the strategies President Paul Biya has implemented in order to remain in power or in order to silence coup d'etat in Cameroon is blackmailing. Blackmailing. President Paul Biya is using blackmailing to remain in power, and is using blackmailing against all the top military officials in Cameroon. And that is what President Paul Biya is doing with the military. He has corrupted the military to a point where all militaries are afraid to do anything. And he has also used another strategy. All the military, they are independent. All the military. He make it in such a way that you as a military, you should know that there is somebody behind you pointing gun at you. Coup d'etat is presently going on in Niger, in West Africa. We say currently going on because the situation is still not clear whether truly the president have been removed from power. President Mohamed Bazoum have been removed. But according to what the military, the head of the military says, that they are the one now in control, up to the point we see somebody is saying he is already the president of Niger, and all borders blocked and the constitution suspended and many other things, institution in Niger. But it is not yet clear whether there is somebody already in power. It is a military coup d'etat, and that is something that is currently going on in West Africa. It started in Guinea, moved to Mali, from Mali to Burkina Faso. Now we are talking about Niger. And when you look at all these countries, they are French-speaking countries in West Africa. And many Cameroonians are talking and praying that such should happen today in their country so that they can see new face at the presidency. But I'm here today, TFA Talking Point is here today to tell you that coup d'etat is very impossible to take place in Cameroon. And I'm going to give you some points for you to understand that it's very difficult for coup d'etat to take place against President Paul Biya, because President Paul Biya has corruption. He's using some kind of strategy, which are all corrupt strategy, to keep the military away from him and to fight what the lesson he went through, he learned in 1984. President Paul Biya corrected himself in a very bitter way, terrible way, at the detriment of nearly all Cameroonians. And that is why it is very difficult for coup d'etat to take place, or successful coup d'etat to take place in Cameroon against President Paul Biya. One of the strategies President Paul Biya has implemented in order to remain in power, or in order to silence coup d'etat in Cameroon, is blackmailing. Blackmailing. President Paul Biya is using blackmailing to remain in power, and is using blackmailing against all the top military officials in Cameroon. And that is the main issue. Military, no one military can stand against President Paul Biya. When he recruited them as military, promoting them up to the point of where they are general or controlling a small group of military, he allowed them to embezzle, he allowed them to corrupt, he allowed them to do terrible things. As if he is not, he gave them the liberty to do terrible things, to embezzle and do terrible things. And he kept all those terrible things in a record. And he is presently using all those terrible attitudes, embezzlement, corruption by top military officials against them to blackmail them. And that is the very strategy he is using against all the ministers and government officials all over Cameroon. And that is exactly what there can never be any coup d'etat in Cameroon. because there is no one military that can stand against President Paul Biya, because they are afraid of what they have entangled themselves in. They are afraid of the dirty hands they have, their dirty hands. That is exactly what is happening in Cameroon. And if you look critically amongst all the top military officials in Cameroon, there are people that have never been in any battlefield. So they themselves don't believe in their strength. President Paul Biya took them, they just went directly to Inam. From Inam to, and then they graduate, and then he appoints them. He appoints mostly people who have little experience as military is concerned to top military position. And those that are very strong, they are under those that are not strong. Those that have heart, that they can do such thing, they remain at the base, at a very low level, that they have influence over nobody. And those who have no military training, no experience, they are the one at the top. So first of all, when they look at themselves, they feel inferior. When they look at themselves, they know that they are not qualified to be where they are. So they cannot start something that they don't know how to finish it. And that is exactly what President Paul Biya is doing. I told you people that President Paul Biya has corrupted corruption. When that statement means that what? If you want to understand the kind of corruption in Cameroon, you have to reason above the normal corruption. Because if you just look at Cameroon and examine Cameroon on the surface of normal corruption, you believe that Cameroon and President Paul Biya they are angels sent by God. That they have never done anything wrong, because they have ways to cover every little thing. But those who are critical thinkers, like me, we look critically and detailedly and above the normal corruption. That is where we came to identify some point that President Paul Biya has corrupted corruption. And if you want to understand, if you look critically, when they talk about talking about comparing Cameroon to other nations, you baffle. Cameroonians are thinking and saying that what is happening? Does it mean that other countries are worse than Cameroon? No country is worse than Cameroon. It depends. It is because the way President Paul Biya is presenting Cameroon to the international community is presenting Cameroon as if nothing. When there is a problem in the one part of Cameroon, President Paul Biya will organize in that very place people. He can even take prisoner to go and demonstrate in that very city to show that he has put everything under normalcy. That is what he has done with the Anglophone crisis. And nobody is talking about it. No international community. Everybody in the world believes that the Anglophone crisis, President Paul Biya is capable of controlling and bringing the Anglophone crisis to its end. And he is able to manage it. But we Cameroonians know that the Anglophone crisis is still there, and it is still deadly. And there is nobody that can deny it. Recently, we heard about 9 people killed in Nancho. We heard about military killed in Ekok. We heard about terrible things happening because of Anglophone crisis. But all these things remain within Cameroon. And if it is into the ears of the international community, President Paul Biya knows how to cover it. And nobody will talk about it. Not just one person. And that is exactly what President Paul Biya is doing with the military. He has corrupted the military to a point where all militaries are afraid to do anything. And he has also used another strategy. All the military, they are independent. All the military. He makes it in such a way that you as a military, you should know that there is somebody behind you pointing gun at you. For any wrong attitude, you will be gunned down. And he has instilled fear in all the military in Cameroon. And all of them are living and afraid that they don't trust anybody around them. So to even voice out and let organize a coup d'etat, they don't know who they are voicing, the person they are discussing it with, because they don't trust anybody. They don't trust anybody. Make everybody create enmity amongst all the military. And there is no way one person can sit like this and say, let us organize this. Because President Paul Biya have corrupted everybody. And even the last person within the military has an information directly from President Paul Biya. If this person do like this, you should report it, and we will take you to the rank of a general. And everybody is fighting to secure a position up there. And when you voice it out, those who have tried, we have seen them, they are in prison. They will just connect one kind of careless a crime like this and link them inside and take them to prison. And many people are learning their lesson through this. And that is why there can never be any coup d'etat in Cameroon. We Cameroonians are praying because there is no way you can ever win CBDN. The only way for a different party or different person to take over is for coup d'etat. We are praying for it. But I have looked critically and see that the possibility is too low. The possibility is too low under the leadership of President Paul Biya. Within the minister, he make all of them to know that you don't have to trust anybody. And that is how they are living. Minister A believes that his downfall will come from Minister B. And he's very careful of whatsoever he will say concerning Minister B or concerning the head of state. General A is afraid and knows wherefore that his downfall, those who are fighting to bring him down, are other fellow military. And to discuss anything of such against the government, they are very careful. So it is very impossible for coup d'etat to happen in Cameroon, except civilian will be the one to do it. Because if civilians do it, they can succeed. But the military, they can never do any coup d'etat in Cameroon. The military can never. The military can never do any coup d'etat in Cameroon. And the way civilian can do it is to decide. They do not say that you must go to become president. Somebody should just declare that he is the president of Cameroon and population is support that person and we continue with it. The day he will leave the presidency, he should leave. If we remain there, we'll create our own presidency somewhere. That is the only way to remove President Paul Biya from power or to remove CBDN from power. That is the only way. Through election, we can never do it because he has corrupted all the elite in all our villages. Look through your village. Look into your village. Anybody that is rich, having from 1 million hours, or is known, or is influential in any village, is a CBDN militants. All civil servants, they are CBDN militants. All. You will never see any civil servant being active in any political party. All the elite, businessmen, politicians, traditional rulers, President Paul Biya have gathered them all, and they are under his control. So there is no way, no party can ever, any party in Cameroon will ever win CPDN. So there is no way somebody will be, another face will be at the presidency apart from that of the CPDN. So if Cameroonians want to, we see that this person, we truly want this person to be our president. Whether the person will use his house as the presidency and will struggle by all possible means to protect that person, will do it. And when we do it for long, and President Paul Biya see that nobody is paying any loyalty, they have treated their loyalty to one person, and they is the person Cameroonians say is that president. He will leave the presidency, and the person will move in. That is the only way. Military can never make any coup d'etat, carry any coup d'etat in Cameroon, because they are first of all afraid of their lives. When you mention it to another person, he will be killed or you will be arrested. President Paul Biya is terrible and has corrupted corruption. We do not want him, but he is there by force. And nobody wants to listen to us, to our voice. Nobody in the world. People believe he is genuine. There is no genuineness in President Paul Biya. It is just because President Paul Biya has corrupted corruption. Thanks very much.